Hey Gary, this is Zach. I was just going to do the fire challenge real quick. I've got 3 methods right here in front of me. First off, I've got a little pocket survival kit that I carry around with me most days. Inside of that, there's a little sparklite fire starter. It's basically a little Bic wheel. A lot of people are familiar with it. Creates a spark with one hand. Carry some extra cotton pads in there for less rainy days. There's some of the Tinder Quick in there, but I save that for when I really need it. Next up, I've got my mini baby ferro rod. This right here, I was about this long or so. Been using it for the last year, and broke it in half. I make a lot of fires. Gonna be using that with my Opinel number 8. Last but not least, my Bic that's always in my pocket as well. I keep a section of rubber inner tube around it. That way in wet weather, I can still light a fire because it burns nice and hot, and we'll even get marginal tinder going in damper weather. Just as an emergency backup, fail safe, I guess. But yeah, these mosquitoes are eating me alive, so I need to get this thing going. First off, we're gonna take this one, and one hand, there we go, it's already up. Set that down, that'll burn for a good bit, I don't know how long. You can add some of your natural stuff off the forest floor as long as it's nice and dry. Your little tiny twigs, pine needles, blah blah blah. Next up, let's go to the pile of birch bark and dried inner wood of birch from a dead birch tree. As many people know, birch is a favorite of people in Canada and other places that have birch because it's so flammable due to the natural oils in the bark. Here, let's see if we can get this with the mini ferro rod. Not as effective as it used to be, that's for sure. It's hard to get it directed as well. With this tiny one, you don't have that much surface area to work with. See if I hold my hand still, I can work a little better. Oop, almost caught there. Honestly, I don't have as much birch bark as I should because this is the second time I filmed the video. First, when my camera died on me and lost the footage. And it worked a lot faster the first time because I had a good amount of birch bark here. There we go. Second fire up and going. And yeah, there's that. Scoot that over a little bit. And of course, guys, this is one of the hardest parts, is just getting this stuff to light in general. After that, as long as you're starting with very small size twigs and stuff, it's gonna get going. That's not something you have to worry about. Well, in this case, maybe it is something you got to worry about. I didn't feed more stuff in there fast enough, but I'm not trying to create a sustained fire because I'm almost out of daylight, and my wife needs me to put the baby to bed. Okay, last one. Sorry, I'm getting off track here. ADD's kicking in. This is the rubber inner tube. Just light this baby up and let it get established a little bit. And this is actually some wet birch bark that I picked up off the ground from a tree that was already pretty soaked. But as you can see, it's burning a pretty hot flame. So there's still oils in this birch. So that just, the inner tube gives it what it needs to dry out a little bit of surface moisture and get that going. So guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, peace.